They say the American dream comes with a price tag, but just how big is it in 2025? What if I told you that the real cost of living in the USA might not be what you're expecting? Whether you picture yourself walking the sunny streets of Los Angeles, grabbing a bagel in New York City, or settling in a quiet Midwest town, the amount you'll spend or save could surprise you. So stay tuned. The truth about living in America is far more complex, jaw-dropping, and sometimes unbelievable than you think. Hi, I'm Your Name, and welcome back to Moving to America. I moved here myself and know firsthand just how overwhelming it can be to figure out the real costs of starting a new life in the US. Today, I'm going to break down every single major category of spending: housing, healthcare, food, transportation, taxes, and all the surprise expenses nobody warns you about. Plus, I'll let you in on the hidden ways to save money, avoid pitfalls, and how costs really stack up compared to what you might have heard. Whether you're planning your move, already packing, or just curious, don't miss this deep dive, because a few dollars here and there can mean the difference between struggling and thriving. Let's start with what probably matters most: housing. In the US, rent or mortgage will almost always be your biggest expense. In 2025, the median rent for a one-bedroom apartment is about $1,150 a month nationwide. But here's the shocker. In New York City, San Francisco, or Seattle, expect to pay $2,800 or more for the same thing. On the other hand, in cities like Cleveland, Ohio, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, rents can drop to under $900. People often dream of glamorous big cities, but the reality is your money goes much further in lesser-known locations. If you're thinking of buying, get ready for sticker shock or relief, depending on the state. The national median home price is currently around $394,000. In Los Angeles, that's closer to $800,000. In the rural southeast, you might find homes for under $200,000. Don't forget about property taxes either, which can range from 0.3% all the way up to 2.5% of your home's value annually, depending on where you live. Let's talk about utilities. Next, electricity, water, heating, garbage, and internet usually aren't included in rent. The average monthly cost for a standard apartment is about $230, but that number can rise fast, especially if you crank up the AC in Texas or keep the heating blasting in Minnesota winters. Now, onto a huge, often overlooked cost: healthcare. Unlike many countries, most Americans rely on private health insurance. In 2025, the average monthly premium for a basic individual plan is around $550, but that's just for the insurance alone. You'll still have copays and deductibles, meaning you might pay $30 to $50 for a doctor visit, and if you need anything serious done, out-of-pocket costs can soar into the thousands. Some jobs offer health insurance, but if you're coming as a student or self-employed, budget carefully. The US healthcare system is complicated and expensive, so please don't underestimate it. Groceries and food costs are another daily reality. A single person typically spends $300 to $600 per month on groceries, depending on where they shop and if they buy international favorites. Eating out, expect to pay at least $15 for a basic meal at a casual spot, before tip, which is usually 18 to 20%. Cooking at home is always cheaper, but don't be surprised if you're paying $6 for a loaf of bread or $4 for a dozen eggs in the big cities. Let's get moving. Literally, transportation will heavily influence your American experience. If you live in cities like New York or Chicago, you can use public transit for about $127 per month. But in smaller cities or suburbs, a reliable used car is almost a necessity. Insurance alone can cost $1,200 a year, gas hovers around $3.80 per gallon in 2025, and maintenance costs add up. Parking, especially in big cities, can also surprise you, sometimes $200 or more per month. Taxes are a complicated topic, but ignoring them is a costly mistake. Americans pay federal income tax, which ranges from 10% to 37% based on your earnings, plus state and sometimes city taxes. 9 states, like Texas and Florida, have no state income tax. Others, like California and New York, can take 10% or more. Sales tax is another shock, adding 0 to 10% to every purchase depending on your state and sometimes city. Then, there are the ICR, hidden and unexpected expenses. Want phone service? A basic plan average is $55 a month. Need to see the dentist? That's rarely covered by regular insurance. Expect to pay $100, $300 per visit. And then there's subscriptions, childcare, which averages about $200 monthly for a toddler full-time, laundry facilities, and even tipping for services you might never expect. Everything adds up. Here's a quick scenario. Living solo in a mid-sized city in the US, your monthly costs in 2025 might look like this: $200 for rent, $230 for utilities, $500 for groceries, $55 for a phone plan, $127 for public transport, and $550 for basic health insurance. Add in some entertainment and shopping, and you're looking at $2,800, $3,200 per month, and that's with a fairly frugal lifestyle. But remember, the US is huge, diverse, and your real costs depend entirely on where you live and how you adjust your lifestyle. But here's where I want to share what I wish someone had told me when I first moved. There are ways to make it work. Many immigrants save big by living with roommates, using discount stores, shopping local farmers markets, and accessing community health clinics. Plus, websites and apps can help you compare prices, find free events, and unlock surprising deals. Smart budgeting and understanding these hidden truths are key to thriving in America. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest shock about the cost of living in the USA that you've heard or experienced? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have any money-saving tips or questions you want me to cover in future videos, let's chat there too. Don't forget, if this guide helped you even a little bit, please give it a thumbs up. It helps way more than you think. And subscribe for more real-life insights straight from someone who's lived this journey. In America, every dollar counts, but with the right knowledge, your dream can become a reality. Thanks for watching Moving to America, and remember, the best investment you can make is in being informed. See you next time.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found this video helpful as you prepare for your move to the United States. If you found value in the information and advice provided, please consider supporting the podcast on Patreon. Your donations will allow us to continue creating new episodes and videos to help even more people with their relocation to America. Just visit patreon.com/movingtotheus to sign up. Until next time, best of luck with your move.